Certainly. I'm Bob Dowd. I'm the Director of Emergency Services for Lebanon County, and I have with me Bob Hoffman and Ned Pelger, who are here to talk about what we're about to present. I am here with a change order for the new building. This one is a total of $127,168. The majority of this change order, $123,500 of that, is for a security wall in the front of the building. Basically, the intent of this wall is to make sure that a vehicle can't get close enough to the building to actually cause any problems. The wall requires, fairly deep footer, requires blasting of rock. There's a lot of work that goes into building it, which is why it's so expensive. With that, we also have a component to make the wall aesthetically match the rest of the building, so that there's not basically a plain concrete face in front of what is otherwise a very clean building. And then the smaller portion of that change order, which is $33,668, is to add the logo to the front entrance of the building on the floor. So the total change order request, once again, is for $127,168. And I just want to emphasize that we expected stuff like this, which is why we budgeted a contingency, and this is still well within
5% was it? Or?
Yeah, total contingency amount was $1.7 million that we had allocated, and we're at about $200,000. So we're past the phase where most of the expensive things would be coming down. There'll still be a few more, but
very careful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how about if we put a motion on the floor, and then if there's further questions or more parts to your presentation, we can entertain those.
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve $120,168 for a change order to the Emergency Services 911 Center.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Ned or Bob, anything to add?
Well, I would like to say that when we did our due diligence for the building, we visited quite a few facilities that are similar throughout the state. And this component is really, I think we encountered this everywhere we went. And it's not just a wall to, keep people in the parking lot, so to speak, but it's actually a wall that is structurally designed so that if somebody decided to tramp on the gas and try to, go through the wall or jump the wall, that they would be defeated. That's why it's so expensive. It is a very, very structurally sound wall. And as Bob mentioned, there's a lot of rock out there, and so the rock plays into it, as does a very large footing, which helps to prevent the overturn of the wall.
How big is the footer, and how tall is the wall?
Ned, I think,
Yeah, it's the wall's about 4 feet tall, and footings, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet wide.
And how deep?
Below frost.
36 inches?
3 feet deep, yeah. 3 feet deep.
Yeah, 3 feet, okay.
the wall is like everything else in this building, complicated. This is, in my 40 years of doing this profession, this is by far the most complicated building I have ever seen in my life.
40 years? I thought you were doing this 60 years.
Say sensible.
We're going to put him back with Moses.
Okay, any other?
I'd say the only exception to the, you mentioned the other facilities we visit around the state, the exception to that being Tioga County, because they're built on the highest point in Pennsylvania.
That's true.
And have a moat of mountain lions and bears. It's an incredible facility.
That's
just
true.
to get to that is difficult enough. But anyway, we saw it in a lot of other places.
Any other clarifications on Bob's resume or anything? Okay. If not, all in favor of the motion, please indicate by saying. I'm sorry. Yes.
Was the wall in the original design, or is the wall an add-on?
The wall was shown in the original design. This is to actually engineer it to meet its intended purpose.
Okay.
When we got to the shop drawing process, we decided that we really needed to improve it.
Anything else from folks? not, all in favor of the motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, so moved.
Thank you.
Appreciate your work and appreciate